I think that what this channel is here for and what I hope to provide to other video content creators is a slew of resources and inspiration to actually get your work out there. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you have popped this on your screen. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Alana Marie. I'm a filmmaker, digital content creator, and video content coach. And this is a community for other novice and experienced documentary filmmakers and other video content creators wanting to move their content from ideation to execution. Today, what we're going to be talking about are some of the top content creators to watch in 2020. I will preface this by saying that this list that I curated, one, they are all Black women. Unapologetic. It is what it is. This is what you get. Number two, all of these women have single-handedly helped me in the way that I go about creating the content that I do create, whether it's for video content or for filmmaking. I like their personalities, I love their styles, I love their hustle, and I feel like this list will be able to help you and be beneficial to you as you were going along your journey in creating digital content on the internet. So let's go ahead and get started. First person I want to mention is Erin on Demand. So Erin is a digital strategist and storyteller and content creator. I actually found her at the end of 2019 on YouTube and was just automatically drawn to her candor and charisma and her content, of course. Erin's content, from what I found, is for content creators that are looking to either start or scale their businesses. And some of the tips that I've managed to implement within my own business have done me actually very, very well. And so I've also joined her eBrand Club, which is a membership club primarily on Facebook. It is paid, but it is a very minuscule amount where she goes deeper into the content that she talks about on YouTube, and we are in an intimate setting on Facebook. She brings in other guests to talk about some of the things that they're working on, experts in the industry, and I've been enjoying myself. It's very, very engaging and relatable, and to see her growth on YouTube in such a short amount of time gives me a lot of hope for my own channel and for my own content, and understanding that there is a market for everything. There's an audience for everyone, and she has shown that tenfold. Second person is Latasha James. So Latasha is a marketing strategist and content creator, primarily serving freelancers. She hosts a podcast called the Freelance Friday Podcast, and I learned about Latasha, I want to say around this time last year as well, when I was beginning to think about going the freelance route before officially quitting my job earlier this year. She is also very charismatic and also provides very relatable and tangible tips to implement within your own freelance business. Latasha also supplements her content that she shares on the Freelance Friday podcast and uploads it to her YouTube channel named @Latasha James. And I found that with her content as well, I'm able to implement it into my business structure, the way that I share my content, the way that I form my content, and the type of content that I want to produce. Her information has been very invaluable. Third person is Dielle Charon, and Dielle Charon is a business coach for side hustlers who are wanting to transition from their 9-to-5 to ultimately working as an entrepreneur full-time. And so I found Dielle from her podcast, the School of Ambition podcast, and I vetted her for a very long time. I love the content that she was talking about. What drew me to Dielle is that she is a social worker by trade. That is her 9-to-5. And fun fact, I'm also a social worker by trade. I pursued my MSW back in 2017. So I do have a social work degree, and I am in the process of implementing the training that I learned in social work into the world of media. And that's where I connected with her. And so she is my business coach, and I've been working with her since January of this year. one-on-one, and I just recently signed up for her program, Leads for Launching, to be able to bring in more clients for the work that I will be doing and the content that I will be producing in the near future. Stay tuned. What I love about Dielle, she is very no nonsense. Call a spade a spade. She challenges you to go within yourself and really discern what it is that you want with the business that you are creating. Who are the people that you want to be working with, and really tapping into your why. It's a lot of mindset work, which to me is the most important thing when starting a business or providing a service or selling a product of any type. It's a great balance between the personal and the business, because if your mindset in your personal space is not up to par, that will easily translate over into the business world. And so she provides that healthy balance to get your mindset right personally when you go into your business as well. Number 4 is Courtney L. Sanders. I've been following Courtney for a little over a year through her personal podcast, the Courtney L. Sanders podcast. And she is a digital content creator and a marketing strategist. And what I appreciate about Courtney is she's very quick-witted. She will come on to the podcast and provide you 5 very quick tips that you can implement as soon as the podcast goes off. And so she is quick. It is easily applicable to whatever it is you were trying to pursue. Like, Courtney knows her stuff. You can tell that she knows her stuff because it translates well over into the content that she produces. And she also has a YouTube channel by her personal name, Courtney L. Sanders. The 5th person is Nicaila Matthews. Nicaila is a digital marketer, and she is also the creator of the Side Hustle Pro podcast. I've been listening to the Side Hustle Pro podcast for almost 2 years now, and I really appreciate the great insight that she puts forth in her content. I really appreciate the different guest experts that she brings onto her channel, who really go in depth with their journey of how they went from side hustler to full-time entrepreneur. And they're primarily women of color, and that's what I need to hear. That's what I need to see represented, and that's what I relate to the most. And she does a really good job of vetting her guests and bringing them on, and the guests are very candid with their stories, and they go in depth, and they don't hold anything back. So I really, really appreciate Side Hustle Pro. When I was in my season of discerning between staying at my job or jumping into full-time entrepreneurship, this was the podcast that I kept on rotation weekly. Side note, one of my neighbors just actually started cutting their grass, so you may hear that in and out periodically. I'm right by the window. That is where I get the best lighting. It is what it is. The 6th person is Kelly Stamps. She is a rising YouTuber, and she has been such a breath of fresh air. She is what I would like to call a get up and go content creator. Her channel is primarily about her life, her current season, moving to New York, what she's learned throughout this quarantine, and just following her journey of becoming a highly successful YouTuber, also in a very short amount of time. I think she's only been on the platform for about 2 years, but she's up there in the hundreds and thousands of subscribers and viewers. And while her content isn't necessarily designated for a specific market or a specific audience, like she's just the everyday person, everyday woman that goes into detail about how she's feeling in that moment, what she's been going through, and just overall lessons that she has learned over time. And she just has this dry humor that I love. Dry humor, it makes me laugh something terrible. And Kelly definitely has found her niche. She's in her lane, and I haven't found anybody else like her, especially a Black woman, that provides the type of content that she provides. And it's just so refreshing. And I think that when you find her, if you haven't already, you will appreciate her humor and relatability and candor as well. The 7th person is Brittney Janae. She is a filmmaker and video creator and photographer based out of Los Angeles, from St. Louis, but currently resides in Los Angeles. She is also a part-time editor for Issa Rae Productions. She is one of the coldest cinematographers in the game, and she also happens to be a dear friend of mine. We are both from St. Louis, and we both attended Mizzou for undergrad. And she is one of the few Black women in film that I look up to, because there aren't a lot of me in the nonfiction documentary filmmaking space that are visible. I will say that are visible. And Brittney is just, she's so sweet and nice, and has a heart for service, has a heart and passion for creating. And she has her own line, t-shirt line, called Black Women Create. And this is actually the shirt that she designed. I have a couple of shirts of hers that she's created, and I just love her. And my Kinlock Kickstarter trailer was actually filmed and edited by her. I'll put that in the description box below so you can see it. I actually had a very successful Kickstarter. I met my goal. I'm not going to say it was just because of the trailer, but I'm pretty sure it has something to do with it. An honorable mention, your girl. While new, I think that what this channel is here for, and what I hope to provide to other video content creators, is a slew of resources and inspiration to actually get your work out there. Again, moving from ideation to execution, I wholeheartedly understand how hard it is to put yourself out there, to be so passionate about the things that you create, and that fear of what if nobody receives it, what if nobody cares about it, what if it doesn't look like X, Y, and Z. I get it, still in the midst of it, in the thick of it, but look, we pushing past that. And so, honorable mention, be one of the content creators to look to and follow in 2020. For all of these women, I am going to provide all of their information in the description box below. The personal websites, business websites, where you can find them on social media, where you can find them on YouTube. And I hope that when you do get time, you get to go to their pages and their channels and find valuable information that I have been able to find and implement into my business as well. So guys, those are the 7 women, 8 plus your girl, women in digital content creators to follow in 2020. I hope you have found this curated list helpful, and that when you visit their pages, you find great insight and information that you are able to embed and implement into your own content creation process in your business. Also, new service alert. So I am providing consultations, 60-minute consultations for content clarity sessions, and also documentary consultations. So if you are having trouble getting your content ideas out of your brain and putting them down on paper, or putting them on camera and uploading to a social media platform, or if you are having trouble figuring out which media platform to upload your media, and for documentary filmmakers, if you are just starting on this journey and you need somebody to dump that out to and just get some insight without feeling insecure about your starting process, I am here. I offer 60-minute consultations. I will provide those links in the description box below. I'm happy to help. I am happy to hear from you. I love talking about creating content. I love talking about documentary filmmaking, especially amongst women, especially amongst women of color. So if I could be of help to you, please do not hesitate to reach out and let me know. Thank you for tuning in today. Hope to see you next time. And cut.